I was asked if I wanted to do an unboxing or a review on this scooter, and obviously I couldn't turn it down. I don't get to keep it, but what I do get to do is I get to try it out and let you know what I feel about it. And I also want to see the design, how it's designed. I have yet to see one in Hamilton, Ontario. They're not big in Ontario at the moment. I mean, people are starting to buy them up, but they're sort of in the gray area when it comes legally. I know Hamilton's still thinking, City Hall is still thinking about having these rental places, renting scooters downtown. So we'll see how it works out. I'm just curious to see what the build quality is like. So let's get into this thing. It's been sitting here for a while, and it's been raining. It was raining all morning, and in the afternoon it was just wet all day, so I really didn't want to take it out. And, this sitting here is driving me nuts, so let's get into it. It's got a knife here somewhere. Oh my god. It's a little stubby. Now, this thing is pretty heavy. I'm hoping it's lighter once we take it out of the box. But at this weight, the way it is right now, it's not probably something you would consider picking up if you had to go up a couple of flights of stairs, unless, you know, you're used to lifting weights, because this thing's pretty heavy. It's definitely over 160 pounds. So this basically tells you to keep the box, which I would for warranty. This is the hydraulic version. Comes with an extra tube, which is kind of cool, or 2 extra tubes. What else we got in here? I think that's probably a charger. Some instructions here. Cool. You're the real MVP. Okay. What else we got here? We got an extension cord. Parts that just dropped out of it. I don't know what those are. Oh, it comes with extra brakes. Disc brakes. That's sweet. So if you ever need it serviced, I can install those for them. What else we got in here? A set screw. No, it's probably for the brakes. Screwdriver. Wow. Wow, look at that. Cool. Yay, more foam. Well, I don't get to keep the foam. But still. This thing is huge. It's even looks bigger in person, considering what it looks like in the picture. Give me a minute to get this thing out of the box. Okay, so that's weird. It says it's hydraulic on the box, but these are not hydraulic. This is not a big deal. Still air in the tires. Some charge ports. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it had a light on the front or not. It looks like it's got some in the bumper here. Right there. Might even have turn signals for all I know. I don't see anything for the back. Oh, yeah, it's built in. Probably works. Comes with a really cheesy bell. No horn. I'm also just... Let me put you on my tripod on my chest and we'll unfold it and set it up. Okay. Should be pretty much straightforward for setting the handlebars up. It's this doodad here. Oh, got it. So it slides down and it just keeps it from bending. Then you tighten it up here. And there we go. There we go. That keeps it from bending. Let's get the top here. I'm not too sure what that is. Maybe you can hang stuff off of that. So it's not bad, assembly wise. And great, I cut myself. It's got the same LCD display that I've had in the past for other projects. Yeah, that one there, it's got their own brand name on it. Okay, this is all weird. Yep. Give me a minute to straighten this out. I'm going to need Allen keys and everything. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to put Loctite on these screws. They're very loose in the thread, and having these handlebars come loose would be a bad thing. You see what I mean? By loose. Looks like they've been turned in and out for quite a bit. Yeah, who knows? It's machining. Now I'm pretty sure this is the piece that goes into the clamp and not this. Really should look at a picture. Would help. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go look up a picture to see how exactly that's set up. That's kind of weird. So I gotta do all four like that with Loctite. For setting up the brakes, I basically just snug them up until they're tight, but you can still move them. Just stand up on the deck on a flat surface and balance, and then you can adjust your hand up or down to what feels good for you, and then get off, step off, and tighten them up. So that's pretty much where you want them by the time you're standing up on the deck. Another nice feature of this bar, if you have to store it, is this turns and then they fold. It breaks in half right here, which is kind of cool. For setting up the throttle, there is a trick to that. Don't go just saying, okay, the brake's done now, just take this and just slam it over here and then tighten it up. As you can see where the thumb throttle is, it's in the middle of the brake. Unless you have 12-year-old hands, you don't want your hand over the edge. What you want is to move this over until you can get all four fingers on the brake if you need it, and then you can adjust it where you can still move that finger independent of the other three. So it depends on the person. I'm gonna set this right now. I'm going to stand up and move it until see what feels good. I would say right about there. By the time you're standing up, you get a clear view of the display, and you can still get at the your hand fits nice, and all three fingers or all four fingers can go on the brake, but you can also get up here and you can independently work on them. That's what you want. So that's done. You're just going to tighten this up. This is your single or dual motor and your eco or turbo boost, which probably, if you've never used these before, I'd probably put this in single mode and eco until you get used to balancing on it. So let me get that one tightened up. Oh, I found that part. That part that I found in the beginning of the video that was floating around the box. I just said it was some kind of locking screw or something. They didn't put any Loctite on it, which actually could be a problem down the road for them, because someone would consider this broken. Since the set screw fell out, the aluminum bracket that usually sets inside has fallen out. So all I basically have to do is line up the threads with the hole on the outside and then turn this in. But most people will just say that's broken, so that could be a problem on their end. So I'm going to get that done, and I guess I'm going to tighten this bell up. Okay, well that's the handlebars done. Everything's on an angle. By the time you're standing on it, it doesn't look so weird. These things here are actually these are protectors for the wheel nuts. Which, it's not bad. It just finishes them off. Like I said, I've already tightened them up and put Loctite on them, which I do on every e-bike or anything e-bike EV related after having a wheel come loose mid-ride. Yeah, so these just slip on. They're soft rubber, so I don't think you're going to lose them. If they were a hard rubber, they would come loose, but these are pretty tight. Jesus, I just noticed the brake pads that were included are semi-metallic, which is actually pretty good. Probably worth more than the brakes itself. At least the handles on that are all aluminum. They look like they're plastic, but these are aluminum. These grips I've had before. The only thing I didn't like about it is you sweat a lot when you're holding them. I did notice this one does have some breather hole here, so that might make it easier. I'm going to try those out. This hook on the back here hooks into this. What you do is you loosen this off, lift up the sleeve, fold it down, and then latch that into it. And then you can use the this bar as a handle to carry it, because it weighs a ton. The only thing that's actually plastic that I can actually find on this thing is this backrest. It's plastic. Even the fenders are steel or aluminum. This is plastic and this is plastic. Now, warning about this and this. I've dealt with these in the past, and you can get them wet, but if you get a little too, there's no seal. The only seal you have here is the thickness of the gap all the way around. If you get a splash of water under here, and it does get in there, it'll short it out. It'll likely either stay on when it won't shut off, or it'll just go off, and you'll have no way of getting the scooter home. So you have to keep an eye on that. Do not get it super wet. And these, I mean, these are a dime a dozen. Like, this thing's loose, even though it's tight. It's just cheaply made. I'd say the first thing that would go on this. I still got my digital display from my old one, but this will be the first thing to die on it. Other than that, the thing's built like a tank. Swing arms are all aluminum. The springs are leaf springs. And then you got a set screw on the front there. You can see it jump up. So there's no rebound or dampening when it comes back up. So they're pretty springy, which is better than nothing, I guess. I can't find a way. I'm still looking to see if the battery will come on. I think the battery's internal. I haven't even got the lights to work yet. I'm about to figure that out right now. Now it says it will need a full charge before you even take it out once, which I don't think really matters, but there's the included charger, which is huge. 58.8 volts, 1.7 amp. Nice. Now, this is included. I have one of these in my my bag of all chargers I have. It's smaller though, but it's 23 volts, and it's got the old aviation plug on it. I used to use these for DIY audio at the time, back in the day. Well, I'm going to plug it in and fully charge it, and then we're going to probably take it out for a ride. I haven't touched the brakes. Reason for that is the person that's going to be using it is not going to be used to it. And I normally like to set my brakes where they're really, really, really sensitive. So the minute you touch the lever, they're on. I don't think somebody new to a scooter would want that, because especially with the front brake, you lock that up, you're going to eat shit. So I left them as stock. I just made sure everything was tight. and everything is. But the cables will stretch, so you'll have to adjust them and everything else. So, waiting for this thing to charge up, I figured I'd show you how to get the lights on. Now it has LEDs, white LEDs in the front, red in the back, and then down the edges it has track lighting, which is just white. You hold the power button, and then you hold the mode button for 2 seconds and it'll turn on. So track lighting on the bottom. You got your front, which is not super bright, but you get noticed, and the back. And to shut it off, you just basically hold mode for 2 seconds and they go off. Go for a quick test ride. Not bad. I got about maybe 30, 35 out of it, and then it would level off. So there's definitely something on the controller where you could disconnect it to get rid of the speed limiter on it. I didn't really notice too much of a difference between Eco and Turbo. Maybe it's top speed. The single and dual motor actually made the biggest difference for me. I found that it wasn't as jerky when you hit the throttle in the single mode, but when you did dual, you really have to make sure that you have good balance on this, because it's going to jerk to the point where this wheel will be diving up and down. So you're going to have to be really careful with that. But other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing. I got used to the brakes. They were a little sticky, and they would stick every time you hit them, so you weren't too sure if you were going to lose it or not. But after I went around the block a couple of times, and I guess get some dirt and some got the brakes touching the brake discs, it helped loosen up the brakes. So now they're nice and smooth. You can take a corner with just slowing down versus almost stopping. And 3 or 4 times around the block, and I was used to it. I had that top speed all the way. It's definitely slower than my e-bike. I don't know if I wanted to go faster than it is going now. And I also highly, if I decide to get one of these, I'm going to get a motocross helmet. Because if you eat shit on this thing, you're going to end up with a wired jaw. You're going to need something to protect your face. So, anyway, that's it for tonight, guys. I'm going to charge it. And tomorrow we'll take it out, and I'll see if I can get a harness on me, and we'll take it out on the road and try it out. This is mode 3, which is the fastest. That was about 54.